Welcome, Audrey and John. Welcome, Dee Dee. Welcome, Madeline. All right. Welcome, Gregory and Jantha. We'll get started on it's Thursday, English Day. We'll get started on page 9. Happy New Year, everybody. Or page 10. Homage to the Sublime One, the Worthy One, the Fully Enlightened One. Homage to the Sublime One, the Worthy One, the Fully Enlightened One. Homage to the Sublime One, the Worthy One, the Fully Enlightened One. I go to the Buddha for refuge. I go to the Dhamma for refuge. I go to the Sangha for refuge. A second time I go to the Buddha for refuge. The second time I go to the Dhamma for refuge. The second time I go to the Sangha for refuge. The third time I go to the Buddha for refuge. The third time I go to the Dhamma for refuge. A third time I go to the Sangha for refuge. The 3 refuges are complete. I undertake the training rule to abstain from taking life. I undertake the training rule to abstain from taking what is not given. I undertake the training rule to abstain from sexual misconduct. I undertake the training rule to abstain from false speech. I undertake the training rule to abstain from intoxicating drinks and drugs causing heedlessness. Having well undertaken and kept the 5 precepts together with the 3 refuges, one should strive on with diligence. With morality, good rebirth is gained. With morality, wealth is achieved. With morality, perfect peace is attained. Therefore, morality should be purified. Page 24. Homage to the Sublime One, the Worthy One, the Fully Enlightened One. Homage to the Sublime One, the Worthy One, the Fully Enlightened One. Homage to the Sublime One, the Worthy One, the Fully Enlightened One. Such indeed is the Sublime One, worthy, perfectly enlightened, perfect in true knowledge and conduct, well gone, knower of the worlds, supreme trainer of persons to be tamed, teacher of gods and humans, enlightened and exalted. Well expounded is the Dhamma by the Sublime One, directly visible, unaffected by time, calling one to come and see, leading onwards to be realized by the wise. The order of the Sublime One's disciples is practicing well. The order of the Sublime One's disciples is of upright conduct. The order of the Sublime One's disciples has entered the right path. The order of the Sublime One's disciples is practicing correctly. That is, the 4 pairs of persons, the 8 kinds of individuals. This order of the Sublime One's disciples is worthy of offerings and hospitality, worthy of gifts and salutation, supreme field of merit for the world. The Buddha, well purified with ocean-like compassion, possessed of the eye of knowledge, completely purified, destroyer of the evils and corruptions of the world, I revere that Buddha with devotion. Homage to you, so nobly bred, homage to you amongst men supreme. Peerless are you in all the world, may all homage be given to you. The teacher's Dhamma, like a lamp, divided into path, fruition, and the deathless. both itself transcendent and showing the way to that goal, I revere that Dhamma with devotion. Thoroughly understanding the Dhamma and freed from longing through insight, the wise one who is rid of all desire is calm as a pool unstirred by wind. Those to whom the Dhamma is clear are not led into other doctrines. Perfectly enlightened with perfect knowledge, they walk evenly over the uneven. Of all the medicines in the world, manifold and various, there is none like the medicine of Dhamma. Therefore, O monks, drink of this. Having drunk this Dhamma medicine, you will be ageless and beyond death. Having developed and seen the truth, you will be quenched, free from craving. The Sangha called the field better than the best, who have seen peace, awakening after the Buddha's good way, who have abandoned attachment, the noble ones, the wise. I revere that Sangha with devotion. Happy is the arising of the Buddhas. Happy is the teaching of the true Dhamma. Happy is the unity of the Sangha. Happy is the discipline of the United One. They go to many a refuge, those who have been struck by fear. They go to the mountains and forests, to parks and trees and shrines. But none of these is a secure refuge. None is the refuge supreme. Not by relying on such a refuge can one be freed from all suffering. But one who has gone for refuge to the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha sees with perfect wisdom the Four Noble Truths. Suffering, the arising of suffering, the transcending of suffering, and the Noble Eightfold Path that leads to suffering's final end. This is the refuge of the secure. This is the refuge of the supreme. By relying on such a refuge as this, one is released from all suffering. By this practice of Dhamma, in accord with the Dhamma, I respect the Buddha. By this practice of Dhamma, in accord with the Dhamma, I respect the Dhamma. By this practice of Dhamma, in accord with the Dhamma, I respect the Sangha. All actions are led by the mind. Mind is their master, mind is their maker. Actors speak with a defiled state of mind, then suffering follows, as the cartwheel follows the foot of the ox. All actions are led by the mind. Mind is their master, mind is their maker. Actors speak with a pure state of mind, then happiness follows, as your shadow follows you without departing. Impermanent are all conditioned things, affected by rising and falling away. Having arisen, they then must cease. Blissful is it when they subside. Abstaining from all evil, doing what is good, cleansing one's mind, this is the teaching of all the Buddhas. Patience is the highest practice. Nibbana is supreme, say the Buddhas. A mendicant does not harm others. A recluse oppresses no one. Not insulting, not harming, restrained according to the moral code, moderating in food, dwelling in solitude, engaging in higher mental development. This is a teaching of all the Buddhas. By the blessings that have arisen from my practice, may my venerable preceptors and teachers who have helped me, mother, father, and relatives, male and female rulers, worldly powers, virtuous human beings, the higher beings, demons, and high gods, the guardian deities of the world, celestial beings, the Lord of Death, friendly people, indifferent and hostile, may all beings be well. May the skillful deeds done by me bring you threefold bliss. May this quickly bring you to the deathless. By means of this meritorious deed and through this aspiration, may I quickly attain the cutting off of craving and clinging. Whatever faults I have until I am liberated, may they quickly perish. Wherever I am born, may there be an upright mind, mindfulness and wisdom, austerity and vigor. May no harmful influences weaken my efforts. The Buddha is the unsurpassed protector. Dhamma is the supreme protection. Peerless is the silent Buddha. The Sangha is my true refuge. By the power of these exalted ones, may I rise above all defilements. By means of this meritorious deed, may I never join with the foolish. May I join always with the wise until the time I attain Nibbana. May the suffering be free from suffering. May the fear-struck be free from fear. May the grieving be free from grief. So too may all beings be. From the highest realm of existence to the lowest, may all beings arisen in these realms, with form and without form, with perception and without perception, be released from all suffering and attain to perfect peace. Excellent, excellent, excellent. All right. Page 137, continuing on with our secondary chanting. And Rock, the meditation does not take you away from reality. It allows you to go deeper into it. So I have not gone far away from the reality. I've gone into it. And that is what keeps me on the path. All right. And any more questions? This is not the appropriate time for questions. We have a Monday evening. I do a stream. You can join and ask any questions you like. Wait, oh, uh-oh. Page 137. No worries, Rock. You could also always email me if you want. Just get my information on the website. Okay, 137. Katamo chavuso soko yoko avuso anyataranyatarena bhyasanena sammannagattassa anyataranyatarena dukkha dhammena puttassa soko sochana sochittattang anto soko anto parisoko ayang vucchatavuso soko katamo chavuso paridevo Yoko avuso anyataranyatarena bhyasanena sammannagattassa anyataranyatarena dukkha dhammena puttassa adevo paridevo adevana paridevana adevittattang paridevatittang yayang vucchatavuso paridevo katamancha vuso dukkong Yoko yamko avuso kayakang dukkang kayakang asatang kaya sampassajjang dukkang asatang vediyatang idang vucchatavuso dukkang katamancha vuso domanasang yanko avuso cetasakang dukkang cetasakkang Asattang mano sampassajjang dukkang asattang vediyatang iddang vucchatavuso domanasang katamo cha vuso upayaso yoko avuso anyataranyatarena bhyasanena sammannagattassa anyataranyatarena dukkha dhammena puttassa ayaso upayaso ayasittattang Upayasittattang ayang vucchatavuso upayaso Katamancha vuso yam pitjangna lapatitang pidukkang Jati dhammanang avuso satanang evang itcha upajjati aho vatamayang na jati jamma asamma na chavatano jati agaccheyati na kopanetang ichaya patabang idampi yang pechang na lapatitang pidukang jara dhammanang avuso satanang pe byadi dhammanang avuso satanang marana dhammanang avuso satanang Soka parideva dukkha domanasa dumanasupayasa dhammanang avuso satanang evang etcha upajjati ahovatamayang na Soka parideva dukkha domanasupayasa dhamma sammana chavatano Soka parideva dukkha domanasupayasa gacheyanti Nako panetang itcha patabang idampi yet pitchang na lapititang pidukang katamo chavuso sankitena panchupadana kanda dukkha seyatidang rupupadana kando vedanupadana kando sanyupadana kando sankarupadana kando vinyanupadana kando Ime vucchatavuso sankitena panchupadana kanda dukkha idang vucchatavuso dukkhang arya satchang. Alright, English. And what is sorrow? The sorrow, sorrowing, state of sorrow, inner deep sorrow, and someone who has undergone misfortune, who has experienced suffering. This is called sorrow. And what is lamentation? The wail, lament, wailing, lamenting, state of wailing and lamentation, and someone who has undergone misfortune, who has experienced suffering. This is called lamentation. And what is pain? Physical pain, physical displeasure, the painful, unpleasant feeling that's born of physical contact. This is called pain. And what is sadness? Mental pain, mental displeasure, the painful, unpleasant feeling that's born from mind contact. This is called sadness. And what is distress? The distress, state of stress and distress in someone who has undergone misfortune, who has experienced suffering. This is called distress. And what is not getting what you wish for is suffering. In sentient beings who are liable to be reborn, such a wish arises. Oh, if only we were not liable to be reborn. If only rebirth would not come to us. But you can't get that by wishing. This is not getting what you wish for is suffering. And sentient beings who are liable to grow old, to fall ill, to die, to experience sorrow, lamentation, pain, sadness, and distress. Such a wish arises. Oh, if old age, sickness, death, sorrow, lamentation, pain, grief, and distress, we were not liable to such things. If only they would not come to us. But you can't get that by wishing. This is not getting what you wish for is suffering. And what is, in brief, the 5 aggregates of suffering? They are the grasping aggregates that consist of form, feeling, perception, choices, and consciousness. This is called, in brief, the 5 grasping aggregates are suffering. This is called the noble truth of suffering. All right. Page 91. We finished up Dana. Now we are in the next section. Well, we will do on page 91 the first 2. We're going to split this in half. Baddhakarata Sutta Atitang Dang Vagameya Napatikang Keya Nagatang Yadaditang Pahinang Tang Apatang Cha Anagatang Pachupanang Cha Yo Dhammang Tatta Tatta Vipassati Asamhirang Asankupang Tang Vidda Manubruhaye. A single excellent night discourse. Let not a person revive the past, or on the future build his hopes. The past has been left behind, and the future has not been reached. Instead, with insight, let him see each presently arisen state. Let him know that and be sure of it, invincibly, unshakably. Hello, friends. Happy New Year. So, in modern, mindfulness, vipassana, kind of modern parlance, we hear this thing, stay on the present moment, the present moment, the present moment. Buddha doesn't talk about present moment in the suttas. This is from the suttas. This is Paddikarata. This is pretty much the only place where the Buddha kind of mentions staying on a present moment. Right? So we have the future is not the past is gone. The future is not yet here. Instead, with insight, let him see each presently arisen state. So what this is the Buddha, this is Satipatthana. This is the Buddha saying, observing what is arising. You are sticking with what is arising. Whatever presently arisen state, right? What is arising, you're sticking with it. You're observing the rise and the fall. You're observing the three characteristics of existence, the gratification, danger, escape, etc. Right? This is what the Buddha is saying here. Right? Don't be wrapped up on, things that happened in the past, ruminating on things. Don't be wrapped up on daydreaming about what's in the future. Pay attention to what is arising right now. What is the state of your mind? What are the thoughts in your mind? Right? What's the state of your body? What are the feeling in your body, etc. Paying attention to your present experience. This is the closest the Buddha will ever get to saying, be in the present moment, man. The present moment is where you should be at all times. Yes and no. From what I've heard, a lot of modern teachings that talk about the present moment, it's not really it goes a little bit off from what the Buddha teaches in the suttas. So I'm not, as you could tell, I'm not a huge fan of that kind of doctrine, as it were. But the Buddha in this sutta is saying where your mind should be. And this is also when the Buddha talks about being in your domain, both in regard to jhanas, in regard to satipatthana. This is also part of that, right? Being in the domain, being aware of your presently arisen state, what is arising, having strong mindfulness, having strong satipatthana. This is also, you're not wrapped up in past and future, right? You're not wrapped up in places where Mara can get you. Right? So this is a very good place to be. Very mindful, very clearly comprehending, very aware. Or in the case of jhanas, very still, tranquil, calm, and immersed on the object. In both of those situations, there's no past or future. The minute you start thinking about past or future, you're out of it. You're not in your domain anymore. And then that's that. All right, friends. So I think we are good for today. So Happy New Year as always. Sukhi Hotu, may you be happy and at ease, practice well and be well, and may you have a spiritually successful and peaceful practice until we meet again, which if I'm alive should be tomorrow morning for another morning monastery experience as we continue on. And then this weekend I'll be transferring over to my wonderful Indonesian friends in New York City, and we'll continue morning monastery experience at least for the next couple months. We'll see how things go from there. But we will, as always, if you're staying for the meditation, it begins and ends at the bell. So have a good day. right, friends, have a good day.